cactus and succulent growers, I'm Lynn and welcome to Desert Plants of Avalon in the north of Ireland. And in today's video I'm having a bit of a sort out in the polytunnel. I'm bringing plants out that can go outside in this yard here for the spring and summer months. It's going to give me more room for when I bring the rest of the plants that's indoors, such as the euphorbias. And just to show you what I've done already, I've put this section here with some of my crassulas, the large crassula ovatas and other types of crassulas that are large growing. And I've got them here in this corner. Bit of a mess here. This is our yard. And we have, obviously we have to tidy it up, as you can see. We've got our 3 big agaves there that came through the winter, outdoors all the time, absolutely fine. And lots of mess to clear up, but just sorting it out slowly but surely. And I put a mixture of different type of jades here, mostly crassula ovatas and our crassula golem here, and the lovely sort of silver dollar plant also there. And what I've been doing is taking them out. As I've been taking them out, still got some here, I've been going through them and removing any sort of dead leaves, and also got the rubbing alcohol if I spot any bugs on them as well, and just pruning them away. And I've moved out a couple of the epiphyllums, my big epiphyllum ackermani there and the other one. As I say, our yard is a real mess at the moment, lots of weeds as you can see, so I've got a lot of weeding to do. But my priority today is to take the big plants out that can take plenty of rain outdoors here in the yard for the spring and summer, and making more room. I'll show you what I've done so far. Here I am in the polytunnel, and this is where I had a lot of the 2 large epiphyllum ackermanis. They've come out now, and I'll take you up here, and there's where I had all the crassulas on the floor. They're out also. And here I've got all of my succulents, or a lot of the succulents. I've got more over here. I'm just sort of sorting all these out. And the reason I'm going through them is I'm going to be bringing out my euphorbias. And these succulents here are actually struggling a bit with the amount of sunlight they get here. It's a very, very, very sunny spot. It practically gets sun all day when we get the sunny days here in Ireland. And while many of them are absolutely fine, such as some of these echeverias, that's my lovely echeveria agavoides there, and it is coming in gorgeous bloom. Look at that flower spike. And many of the others can also, this lovely crassula in bloom, can take plenty of sun. Another lovely crassula, isn't that just gorgeous, guys? And my lovely little kalanchoe here as well, crassula. And when I bring the euphorbias down from the grow room, I'm going to have to also throw some shade cover over them for the first few days as well. Also here on this table I have some haworthia and gasterias, and just look at the colour of them. They're not dying, they're just getting too much sun. As you can see, this lovely white clear polytunnel we've got here lets in far more light than our other one did. And even this lovely crassula muscosa is going a bit pale. I am watering them, but they're clearly sun stressed, as you can see there. I don't want to, there's no point in throwing shade cover on because it can't be a permanent thing, so I'm going to move them probably underneath here with my other haworthias and gasterias and other plants that I find need that little bit more shade. As you see, there's plenty of sun going on them, but because they're on the stand, it does let a little bit more shade. So I'm going to probably move them over there. And then it's going to give this side free for the euphorbias, which I'm going to include in another video, otherwise this will be a very, very long video. And also this as well is going to be free, but I'm going to be keeping the echeverias and the succulents I know can take a lot of heat and sun, and some of the ones that's a bit more sensitive under the table. So that's my plan, and a lot to do, guys. And also these, I've got my string of plants, and this ripsalis is clearly going red because it's getting far too much direct sun in here. This is going back out into the yard for the summer, and I have to give it a really good water. As you can see, it's shriveled, but this really picks up once it's out. It loves being outdoors in the fresh air. My string of pearls as well, that also can go out into the yard, can take plenty of rain. And my string of tears also, and it's also going to be a bit more headspace in here too. The polytunnel heater should hopefully come out. I'm leaving it in just for now because we're not over any chilly nights, but it should be. And plus this is actually a great fan when it's hot, but it's great to take it out hopefully soon, and gives us all this floor space as well. So, wow, I just want to mention I've got all my epiphyllums underneath. They're also possibly going to be coming out into the yard, although they seem to be doing pretty much okay under the table. Get plenty of light and they're all in bud, and it gives them a little bit more shade than what they would have outside hanging up. So I'll see how I go. But I've made a lot of space anyway, so I've got the bigger euphorbias, such as my big Tiracali, that can go here, and all exciting. But I'm bringing out the ones into the yard that I know can go out and also need to go out because they seem to do better in the fresh outdoors. So that's what I've done so far. The reason why I've took these two big epiphyllums out is they're very large and they dry out very quick, so they can take plenty of rain. They love it in the spring and summer here. So I'm going to carry on here doing a few plant jobs and cleaning the leaves, and then show you when I've put them all away in this little display here. That's the Crassula display all done, and they're getting loads of sun, which they love. And the reason why this has got a red colour, because it was getting a lot of sun in the polytunnel. And then this evening I'm going to start them all up with a good watering with a bit of tomato feeding. I have watered these already when they're in the polytunnel. In fact, Crassulas, the jade money plants, are the ones I do still lightly water over the winter. So, but I'm going to start them up for the first time with a light tomato feed. And these are always sort of more late fall, sort of winter bloomers, but they do put on an amazing lot of growth over the summer. They just love the fresh air out here. Now I've made a bit of a start in here with the succulents, and what I've done underneath here, I've moved these all under here, these ones that need a lot more shade, all the gasteria under there, and also some of the crassulas that were clearly getting a bit too much sun. The sun does come right through under this table, so they'll still get sun, but it won't be all day sun, so it's going to give them a little bit more shade, which they like. I'll probably end up moving these again. This is just more so of a temporary thing because it gives them more shade, and also it means I can bring down the euphorbias that can take a lot of sun. However, the succulents I know that can take a lot of sun, I'm going to be putting a bit of a display here. And although this is a Haworthia, this one is Haworthia Savannah. It is one that seems to be able to take plenty of sun, so this one will be okay there. As I say, I'm just going to maneuver which ones can take a lot more sun and which ones clearly need more shade. This one as well, Echeveria agavoides, two lovely little plantlets hanging off that, and gorgeous blooms. So I've moved that from here onto here, and it's in the same direction, so it's not going to affect the blooms. And then all of these here, I'm going to go through them as I mentioned. Some of these that can take full sun as well, no problem on here. And then all of these other succulents, and a lot of them in pretty bad way. They do need repotting and a bit of a pruning, so I'm going to put them in the tray all underneath there here, and they're going to get a bit of shade but still plenty of sun. So, certainly in the later afternoon sun under there. But these again are maybe all moving around, not quite sure. I've got these two plant stands here, and then once this table comes away and this heater, which hopefully will be soon, these two trays here with more succulents on can then go here where this table and heater is. So there's going to be plenty of space. So what I'm going to do now is get on with this with the succulents and show you when I've got them all onto the trays, and we'll show you what the display looks like when it's on here. A bit of an update here, and I'm getting all the ones that can definitely take full sun and also are coming into bloom. Lovely flower spikes on them, aren't they just gorgeous? And I'm going through and then removing any of the dead leaves, as you can see here. Echeverias always dry up the bottom leaves as they get bigger. And I have actually made a video on how to remove the dead leaves from Echeverias. So apologies for the noise outside, they're having some work done on the house. Then do watch a video on how to remove the dead leaves from Echeverias, and I'll link that video up above. Do go and watch that one after this one. Now guys, that's it so far. And the funny thing is, I know I said I was going to be moving a lot of these under the table to get more shade. Almost every one I'm picking up when I'm looking close up with my glasses is coming into bud. As you can see there, I didn't notice. It's only when I have my glasses close up. So many of them. So obviously I don't want to disturb them. So I'm keeping them in the same position, just putting them down a step onto this table. And they will get a little bit more shade here than they probably would have had so much intense light at this one here right close there. But they're obviously doing well, despite what I'm thinking. I think a good bit more watering and feeding, they'll be as good as new. And just look at that, isn't it just gorgeous? And these are the ones I'm putting down here. I've got to go through all these. I'm just temporarily putting them there because they're either not looking good or they're dehydrated and a lot of things I have to do, so they're not looking their best. So I've got them under there and I can attend to them later. Most important thing is that I clear this table. And also, once the euphorbias are put away on here, I don't think they're going to take up the whole 3 trays, but then I'll know how much space I've got left for all of the other echeverias as well. Woohoo, that's it all done. I've put all the echeverias, the pachyphytums, the graptevias, and all the many different types of sort of echeveria types, as they say. And I'm gonna give these all a good water up now, so much better displayed. And then I've also put some more extra on this table, be a bit of a different arrangement with these as well. And it still looks a wee bit messy, but I find that when I'm displaying succulents, I can't really display them as tidy as I would like to. For example, with cacti, it's so much easier to have them displayed nice and tidy, I find. I even have all the labels going the right way. I'm a bit of a OCD thing, I think, but I love tidiness. But with succulents, it's hard because they just all grow all different shapes and sizes, and it's just the way you have to have it. But it looks a lot better. And then these ones under the table I have to go through, and I think they're going to probably need a little bit more shade, but may have to prune a lot of these back. I'm going to give them all a good water anyway, so that's going to really give them a good boost in. And now I've got these 3 trays that are empty now, where I can bring down the euphorbias. But I've done enough today, so that's going to be for another video in the next day or two. All the euphorbias for my grow room. I can make a lovely display with them there. And I'm just going to take you out the back to show you in the yard where I've put some more of the succulents here. And as I mentioned, I've got my crassulas there, but I put some of the sedums out as well because these are very sort of thirsty plants. I'm always having to water them. I find they do very well outside for spring and summer as well. Take plenty of rain, so no problem. And I just want to mention I have they're under the roof of the house here outside our kitchen. There's the roof, so they're going to be protected from excess rain anyway. But rain getting on the foliage will not hurt them. So happy days, and very pleased to say, getting there. So do stay tuned for the video when we bring out all of the smaller euphorbia. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and for lots more tips and tricks, don't forget to subscribe. Do click the notification bell. You can also follow me on Insta, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon, and do check my website out for regular blogs on there. Need to do one very soon. desertplantsofavalon.com. I want to wish you all a fantastic plant powered day.